Hello. Okay, so this is part three of the Linux Sys-Admin series, and I hope you're gonna love today's content. Please, if you've not seen part one, part two, you wanna go check it out. We've got some cool stuff in there for you guys, Linux starters, and I hope you will follow through with today's session. Do like, subscribe, and also turn on the notification button to be receiving that alert whenever we got cool stuffs out there for you guys. All right, so let's quickly connect to um the. This is me being lazy, right? Let's connect to the Linux instance in cloud. Yes, we're gonna accept that fingerprint. Then we should be able to initiate the connection. Okay, great. We are in. That sounds like the movie. Okay, so today we will start by looking at basic file permission. Again, I'm not going to go details because I've got a video with good details, even ACL restriction. Go check it out. So if I do ls minus al here, we can see we've got a bunch of directories and also files in here. So for instance, we can clearly see that this .bash rc, whenever you see a dot in front of either a file or a directory, it means it's hidden. So if I do the normal ls, I won't be seeing them. As you can see in this space here, they don't appear because they are hidden files and directories. So right in here, this is a file, so we can see the permissions of this on this file. And again, this is a file. This file is owned by the user Ubuntu, who belongs in Ubuntu group. Again, this file size gives us an idea, then also the date it was created and also modified. Then we can also see a bunch of RWX here. So we'll talk about that briefly. What they basically mean is read, write, execute. So the first three, the first one will be the directory. If it's a directory, if it's a file, you just see a dash there. Sometimes you can see an S with the special permission sets, which you'll find in the other video I'm talking about. All right, so I think I'll leave a link to the description. I'll leave a link in the description to that video. We can see arrow for this particular file. The owner has got read, write, execute permission. The owners group, anybody who belongs in a Ubuntu group can also read, write, execute. Then anybody global can read and execute. Now that's what this means. This can either be used, be explained using this or numbers. Sometimes you can see the 7777 is read, write, execute all turned on, because again, if we go in that order, we can see that read, which is the R, write, which is the W, then executes. So it's 1, 2, 4. The total gives us 7. Okay, it turns out to be 7 in total. All right, so want to look out for that. Very important, actually. You can also use flags like the U, capital U, or capital G, or capital W to denote these permissions. Okay, let's jump out of this and then go into networking. Now, a bit of networking, you will be needing this to troubleshoot maybe your internet connectivity or other issues related to networking. So the first one, which I think you will find in most Linux server, is the IP config. You might not find, like, it's not here, you see. But IPA you will find, or IPADDR sometimes you will find as well. So but IP config I don't think you will find, but you can always download it and install it. So for most of you who know IP config, it's not on this it's not on this computer, okay, on this Linux system online. Great. So IP config or IPA or IPADDR will give you a list of all the IP addresses. So we can see the interfaces LO, look back, ENS3, then also for the Docker interfaces. Now, these are the IP addresses attached to them. I've got a video also talking about subnetting. You want to go check that out. I may leave a link to the video in the description as well. So we can see the IP address, the IPv4, and if there is an IPv6, we can also see the MAC address specified there. Okay, in this context, we have IPv6. We can see that INET6 assigned there. Okay, I can clear the screen. Now, we want to show for specific. Let's say we know the interface name, like for instance, I know this is a ENS3. I can copy this. I can also use the command IPADDR, then show. I can just pass that interface there. It's going to show me only for the interface. If you know your interface name, this works pretty much handy as well. Most times I just use the grep to grep for what I want out of the entire bunch shown at me. Okay, next, if we want to maybe query or control network driver and hardware settings, we can use ETH tool is a very good tool we can use to query. Let's say we want to do that on this ENS interface. I can just run that command so we can see the settings for ENS3. You see it's supported the ports, the port link. We can see the advertised link address. We can see a bunch of stuff, even the speed and other details that are necessary for that interface. So at this moment, operation not permitted because I'm not running this as sudo. So I'm going to just sudo into this crazy stuff and th tool again and paste that there and execute this. Okay, now we can see it's now showing me these details that were hidden initially. Very important in the context of the permission under which you're running that file. You want to be sure the command, sorry, it's able to do what it needs to do to give you good details for your troubleshooting. Next, we want to maybe try if we have an internet connection or be able to connect outside. We can use a ping utility, which is like a legit way. Let's say I have issue with DNS. If I do maybe like a ping a domain name, it won't return ping results. It will give me issues. It means I want to go check my result config if there is a resolution there, a resolver in the let's see, resolve conf. Okay, at the moment I can see there's a name server, which is this name server here, then look back. So it's going to be using that as the name resolution. I also see Oracle doing stuff there for me. Okay, great. Very important. But if I want to check, I could either use the same ping and maybe just ping an IP. If I'm able to ping an IP and I'm not able to ping a domain, it means there's a DNS issue. That's one way you can troubleshoot that. After you check, you see an IP address, but you still cannot ping a domain or you cannot browse a domain. You've got DNS problems. Okay, so moving on from this, we can as well use a command called whois to show who owns the domain. So if I do who is, we're just playing with Google anyways. Oh, I don't have whois installed. Pretty much bad. Okay, I don't want to install it on this cloud stuff. I'm going to show you that here. Oh, I don't have. Okay, this is me. Classic. All right. I just I'm just setting up this system, so basically it's still empty. But who is or dig? Okay, I have dig installed here. If I dig google.com, it should give me that much details which I want to get from Wiz as well. We can see that over there. Okay, so I'm going to clear the screen. Now dig will give us the DNS information. You can see that details from my local host. I can also do that. I think dig should be on this by default. I think it comes in most. Okay, it's on this as well. So it gives us the DNS details for the particular domain. We can see the IP address for that domain. Okay, I'm gonna clear the screen. All right, moving on. We can do a reverse dig as well, or maybe we want to get the domain from the IP. I can put that in here as well, but I just need to do dig, then tag X. Then I pass the domain. Sorry, dig dig minus s, then I pass in the domain I want to look up for. The IP address is going to give me the domain name. Then again, another command we can use to do DNS resolution here is host. I can use a host. I think host is here. Great. So I can use host google.com. So it's going to give me pretty much quick summary. We can see even the mail SMTP for Google being thrown out there at me. Okay, pretty much important as well. I've shown you the host name minus I to show the host name. I think I showed you hosts name capital I. Okay, show you capital I. I can as well do the same with small letter I. but this is going to give me the local host. Okay, now we can go on and maybe showcase a few more details like net stats. Let's see if net stats is here. It's not installed. Okay, I don't want to install it. Okay, let's see net stats. Okay, it's installed here, minus nutlp. Okay, that's a bunch of stuff. Okay, okay, number udp tcp listening port. Basically, that's what I'm doing. Okay, so that's what you can see right there. Gives us tcp udp or only the listening ports. Now I can do this also using ss. I think ss should be here. Okay, great. Does basically the same thing, gives us details as well of listening ports. I can still pass ss tulp tcp udp listening ports. It gives me the same thing. You can see that happening here. Now there are a bunch of utilities you can use. That's the beauty about Linux anyways. So next we want to see archiving. Now for archiving, why do you need to do archive? Let's say you want to extract from a file, you want to create an archive file, any of those bunch of stuff you want to do on your terminal as a sysadmin. You'll be doing this. Actually, the most part of your job, you'll be doing this. Let's say I've got some script here for health check and a bunch of other random stuff here. Let's say I want to maybe archive this wazoo health check. Okay, this is work related, but anyways, I'm just gonna showcase that stuff. All right, so let's say I want to create a tar archive file containing the directory over there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just do tar cf. Then now if you put tar help, you will see a bunch of command, right? Okay, so I'm gonna, okay, I may have to run away for work, but just one more. cf. Then let's put was here check dot tar. Then we'll put the directory. Okay, so that's will create an archive of that directory ls. We can see now I've created a tar archive of this directory. So this is easy for me to now ship out to somewhere else, maybe send to someone else. If I want to extract it, I can extract it using tar xf. It's going to extract it, but I'm not going to do that here because I already have it there. But again, you can just do tar xf. Then that's archive name. You will extract it and you have it in the same current directory. Now you can also be faced with the challenge. Let's say it's a gzip compressed, not just a tar. It's a gzip compressed. So first you have to do tar maybe czf. Then the name, I'm just going to showcase that I want to do a gzip compressed. I can do tar, then I can do czf, then I can do the same wazoo. Then I'll put a .gz. So this is a gzip compressed. Then I'll put the name of the directory. Enter on this ls. We can see and I have a gzip compressed. If I want to extract this again, I'll use xzf. Just the same way I'm using czf. Xzf will extract this and give me the content out in a readable file, in a readable directory. Okay, let's say we want to create maybe a tar file with bzip. There's also bzip. Anyways, you can use cjf to do bzip, but I'm not going to be do. Let me try. Anyways, tar. It's me just showing you guys cjf. Just showing you guys stuff. So I hope you love the content. The same directory. So we're going to give this tar.bz2. Then put the name of the directory over there. Great. ls. We can see when I have a bz2 extracted compressed file in there. You want to extract this one, you can use the xjf to extract it. Pretty much easy. It's going to fix your stuff for you. Okay, now let me see how many minutes in. We're in some 14 minutes, so maybe I will have to take a few more, then I'll run to work. Okay, so let's say we want to install packages. I'm going to remove all this bunch of whatever I've done here anyways. rm minus r. um let's see. Okay, I'm going to play with wildcards. Just take out everything else except what I want. Okay, that's pretty much okay for me. I'm gonna clear the screen. Then want to install now. Different Linux flavors got their package maintainer. So this is Ubuntu. Obviously, I can use apps, or I can use apps minus gets. I love to use apps. Don't blame me. If you're looking at maybe Red Hat or any other, I think what's it called again? Yeah, you can use Yum, you can use RPM to install, you can use a bunch, you can even use download the content, extract it, and use make or make install to install stuff. I may not be showing all that stuff. I'll just showcase for Ubuntu. I can use apps, install, maybe like nmap. I don't want to install that bunch, but again, I'm just going to run that command. Okay, it's already installed. Okay, great. That's how you install stuff. Sometimes you may not find it. You might need to copy the PGP key and load that up in your sources at list file before you can probably download or install stuff. But I won't be showcasing that here today, just the basic for Ubuntu. Okay, now moving on, if you want to search, this is where some cool stuff comes handy. You really need to know this stuff as a Linux sysadmin as well. So we can use grep to actually search for pattern in a particular file. Let's take for instance, I've got some file. I've got this cat monitor.sh. Let me see. There's a bash script. Okay, it's a bunch of random stuff. Let's say I want to search for um I want to search for this within that file. I'm just gonna clear this. I can do grep, then I can put that, then I can put the file name. So you see, it's going to throw all the lines with that particular string within the file. Now I can pass a tag n to give me number, so I can know the line number and go look for that to remediate if there's a flaw or something to fix. Okay, we can also do this for directory. I just need to pass the -r flag. It's going to do the same thing if it's a directory. Now another cool one which you would have seen me using most of my videos, locates. I can use locate to find the path to a file or something which sits on the system. So if I paste this, okay, what is calling? Okay, I can also search. Okay, this will not do that for me because again, I didn't specify exactly where I want this to go. But if I want to go maybe pretty much more flexible, I will use find. And most times I prefer to use find. So I can pass find search from the roots directory, then a name of the file, the name of the string or file. If that's a file, it's going to search from the root directory all the way up. Then it can show me where that thing is. Now I can define find with a lot of flexibility. Sorry. So you want to know that, just use the help. You will see lots of flexibility that comes with find command. We're going to kill this guy. Okay. All right, I think I'm going to call today's shot here again. The next session we'll be looking at SSH, file transfer, then we'll do some steps around disk usage, then directory navigation. Then I will be showing you how to build automation using bash scripts to do some fun stuff around Linux for your normal day-to-day admin task. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you in the next recording. Have a good day and bye.